Alexis, number 7, Chelsea, Washington. A redshirt junior from Granville, Ohio, number 9, Nikki Cox. A sophomore from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, number 12, Sarah Allen. A junior from Valley City, Ohio, number 19, Sophia Barnes. A sophomore from Macomb, Michigan, number 20, Mackenzie Ruber. A freshman from Upper Arlington, Ohio, number 21, Audrey Shea. A senior from Cypress, California, number 26, Maureen Kennedy. A sophomore from Littleton, Colorado, number 27, Alexis Miller. And a senior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 28, Hannah Dolphus. Head coach of the Falcons in his third season at the helm of the Orange and Brown is Matt Fanning. He is assisted by Dan Ball and Aaron Kielmeyer. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and direct your attention to the flags at the north end of the stadium as we honor America, as well as those who have served, those who are serving, and those who will be serving in our armed forces with the playing of the national anthem.
Leave this on.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Sound like an old person, but fucking technology.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in here to Cochran Stadium for today's Sunday afternoon matchup between the visiting Ball State Cardinals and your Bowling Green State University Falcons. Last season, these two teams faced off twice, the first being during the regular season in Muncie, Indiana, where Bowling Green went on the road and took it to the Cardinals, winning by a final score of 3-0. The latter of the two matchups being the 2018 Mid-American Conference Championship that came down to penalty kicks, which resulted in the Falcons being crowned your 2018 tournament champions. Today, Ball State looks to take revenge on the Falcons, while Bowling Green will try to continue its winning ways against the Cardinals. A reminder that this game is being brought to you by WBGU-TV and the Bowling Green Radio Sports Organization. Before we get underway today, let's meet our starters for both teams. First, for the visiting Ball State Cardinals.
Yeah, for the Ball State Cardinals, it will be Lexi Smith as their first starter, along with Shelby Keene, Emily Simmons, Kerrigan Johnson, Tatiana Hawkins Dabney, Peyton Cook, Sammy Corcoran, Julia Elbow, Sam Campbell, and Nikki Potts.
And for your Bowling Green State University Falcons, first in goal, number 33, Kathleen Doobie. Then will be number 5, Nikita Jacob. Number 7, Chelsea Washington. Number 9, Nikki Cox. Number 12, Sarah Allen. Number 19, Sophia Barnes. Number 20, Mackenzie Ruber. Number 21, Audrey Shea. Number 26, Maureen Kennedy. Number 27, Alexis Miller. And number 28, Hannah Dolphus. The Falcons are coached by Matt Fannin, and the Ball State Cardinals are coached by Josh Reif in his first season at the helm. Bowling Green will start with the ball. And we're underway. Ball finds its way to the back line, the foot of Audrey Shea. Right off the bat, Shea's going to put it forward. Ball State takes possession around midfield. Ball State looks to make a run on the far side. Good defense there by Mackenzie Ruber. Gets it back to Chelsea Washington in the middle. Very explosive. Washington looks to push the ball forward. Finds the foot of Sarah Allen. Deep in the Bowling Green zone. Allen looks to make something happen with the ball. She's going to cross it in. Looking for Nikki Cox. Just gets it away, the defender. And we'll get a goal kick coming here for your Cardinals.
Another thing about this game, Brandon, is this is a matchup of 1 and 2 in the Mid-American Conference. Ball State actually has the better overall record, but they do have a conference loss. BG comes in at 6-0 in the conference. Ball State comes in at 5-1, so the winner will have outright possession of first place in the Mid-American Conference.
Very important as conference play winds down. Two teams separated by just 2 games after Friday night's matchups, bringing the Cardinals in at a 5-2 and the Falcons at a 7-0. And that's one thing the Falcons really emphasized was conference play. That's why head coach Matt Fannin schedules a lot of tough non-conference opponents. That way the team can better get ready for MAC play, and that's something they've done very successfully, sitting at a 7-0 conference record. Bowling Green has possession. The look was for Sarah Allen as the ball continues to bounce around, and it's going to be a Bowling Green throw-in. Mackenzie Ruber to take the throw-in for Bowling Green. Gets it into Nikki Cox, back to Ruber. And that ball will leave the stadium, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Cardinals.
Another thing for the Falcons is they come in on a big-time winning streak. They've won 7 straight matches and really are just hitting their stride right now in conference play.
Ball comes back out to midfield. Mackenzie Ruber puts herself in a good position. Ball's going to carry out, throw in for Bowling Green. Puts it in. Ball goes back to Audrey Shea. Shea tries to play it up. Miller tries to play it up as well. Falcons will take possession around midfield. Alexis Miller with the intercepted pass. Finds Chelsea Washington looking for Sarah Allen. Ball will carry out. Bowling Green throw in. Sarah Allen to Nikki Cox. Cox looks up for Chelsea Washington. She'll make it. Washington looks to put the ball across, looking for Nikki Cox. Ball's going to carry out. Goal kick for the Cardinals. Bowling Green with some heavy pressure early on in this ball game, getting the ball deep into their own zone. Ball State's going to bring it back out via the goal kick to midfield. But Alexis Miller puts a head on the ball. Ball's going to go with Bowling Green, so another throw in for the Falcons.
It's a nice win for BG there near midfield.
Nikki Cox with the ball in the center. Looks for Sophia Barnes. Ball still in the middle. Handball is going to be called, and the Cardinals will take possession once again.
Ball State also comes into this game on a 5-game winning streak. So this is a matchup of the two of the streakiest teams in women's college soccer right now. Ball State has a 5-game win streak. They've only allowed 10 goals all year as well.
Ball State plays a very clean game, limiting their fouls. 50 or so fouls less than the Falcons have had this year. as Chelsea Washington will bring the ball across midfield for the Falcons and look to create some space. Finds Alexis Miller. Back to Barnes. Nikita Jacob with some space. Back to the big foot of Audrey Shea. Shea looks to pass it forward. Nikki Cox. Back to Nikita Jacob. Audrey Shea once again. And now it will go all the way back to Maureen Kennedy. Dolphus. Bowling Green with the ball in the middle of the field. Alexis Miller. Looking for Mackenzie Ruber.
Stays in. Nice play.
Good keep in by Mackenzie Ruber. The Cardinals try to get it out. Barnes is there. Washington tried to make a move on it, but the Cardinals are able to clear it across midfield. Ball's going to go back to Catherine Duvey, all the way back at the Bowling Green goal. Audrey Shea. Mackenzie Ruber puts a foot on the ball looking for Sarah Allen. Allen's got a little bit of room. Tries to give it back to Ruber, who's cutting towards the net. Ruber tries to get it across. Defender right there. It's going to be a corner kick coming for Bowling Green.
Corner kick, Bowling Green.
The all-time series for these two teams is also pretty lopsided. Ball State currently leads with 14 wins, 4 losses, and 4 ties.
Maureen Kennedy with the corner kick into the middle. Tries to find the head of Chelsea Washington. Ball State, everyone in there in the middle. Ball State able to keep it out for now. They try to make something happen. Ball's going to go out of bounds, so Bowling Green will get a throw in as they keep it in their offensive zone. Barnes look to find Nikki Cox. However, Sarah Allen gets the ball. Barnes looks to make a move again. Finds a little bit of room. Look there for Nikki Cox, but Ball State able to intercept the pass. Nikki Cox. Great move there to keep the ball with Bowling Green. Alexis Miller finds herself with the ball, and she's going to pass it all the way back to Audrey Shea. Maureen Kennedy taking her time.
Seems like Ball State has a very defensive approach coming out of the gates.
However, they look to go on the attack now as they gain possession around midfield. Bowling Green able to get in the way of the pass, though, and regain possession for themselves. Mackenzie Ruber looking near side for Chelsea Washington. Ball State will send it out of bounds, and Sophia Barnes will be taking the throw in for Bowling Green. Barnes into Nikki Cox. Looking for Mackenzie Ruber, however, it will carry too far out of bounds, and the Cardinals will take possession. Maureen Kennedy, Alexis Miller. Ball jostled back and forth. Foul will be called on Ball State there. Free kick for the Falcons. The leading point scorers this season for the Falcons, 4 sit above the rest by a margin. That is number 9, Nikki Cox, with 16 points, coming via 6 goals and 4 assists. Number 26, Maureen Kennedy, at 15 points, with an even spread at 5 goals, 5 assists. Chelsea Washington with 14 points at 4 goals, 6 assists, and Kennedy White at 12 points with 5 goals and 2 assists.
Yeah, for Ball State, their leading point scorer has been far away. Nikki Potts, she has 12 points right now. She has 5 goals and 2 assists. For the rest, it's kind of a logjam. Grace Alsop has 9 points, along with Julia Elfbo and Tatiana Mason.
Foul called on Bowling Green here. Cardinals take the ball. right at midfield. Free kick coming. Taking that free kick will be Emily Simmons, number 6 for the Cardinals. Sent in, right back out to midfield. Falcons, Alexis Miller. Look to find Maureen Kennedy as Ball State tries to make a move. Nikita Jacob pushes the ball out to Sarah Allen. Cardinals still with the ball.
Nice cutoff by Washington there.
Great move there by Chelsea Washington. Nick Dolphus up front with the ball looking for Nikki Cox. Cox is going to give it back to Washington. Looking for Sarah Allen. Bowling Green with good pressure in the zone. Allen puts it in there. Defender able to knock it away. Sarah Allen gets a foot on it again. Nikita Jacob comes in. Ball State tries to clear it out, but Maureen Kennedy finds it right to Alexis Miller. And Ball State is going to head it out of bounds. Possession will stay with Bowling Green. Ruber throws it in. Ball immediately goes back to the back line. Maureen Kennedy looks to Sarah Allen. Allen crosses the ball across the middle. Defender knocks it out of the way in the box.
PG looks a little tired. They've been on the offensive attack several times, and they just have come up with nothing.
One thing that this Falcons team has done really well this season is they've allowed for plays to develop. They've waited for their time, and then they strike. Sarah Allen takes the ball into the box yet again. Looks outside to Mackenzie Ruber. Mackenzie Ruber puts it inside.
Way to go.
Looking for Washington. Defender cuts it off, and
Stuteville fell on that.
heavy pressure again for the Falcons there that time. Just not able to convert. Ball sent out. Into the hands of Kathleen Duvey at the opposite end of the field. Maureen Kennedy with the ball. Dishes it off to Chelsea Washington. Foul's going to be called. Free kick coming for Bowling Green. Maureen Kennedy will set up to take the free kick as the rest of the Falcons go to their position.
Which, I mean, even if I'm off a little bit, I'm sure I am. It's pretty close. I mean, we've had it a ton. Yeah, even if it's 75.
But lining up.
26.
Good chip.
7.
Kennedy looked to find Washington. Ball State able to get a foot on it.
27.
Miller.
27.
Miller's going to put one on net, and it's going to go over the back of the net.
Sails into the bleachers.
14 minutes away here in this first half. We're still knotted at zeros, but Bowling Green has had most of the possession time. Maureen Kennedy. Battle for the ball around midfield. It's going to be won by Bowling Green as Sarah Allen goes back to Maureen Kennedy. Ball will carry out of bounds, but will stay with the Falcons. Ruber's pass is errant. Finds its way to the back line for the Cardinals. Back line continues to pass it around.
Intercepted.
Taken away by the back line of Bowling Green. Maureen Kennedy, Sarah Allen. Back line will find it once again. Lexi Smith for the Cardinals. Smith looks to make a move, but Bowling Green Simmons clears it away for the Cardinals. Battle for the ball in the corner. Throw in coming for the Falcons. Throw in coming for the Cardinals, rather.
Yeah. It's really one of the only few times Ball State's had it down near the net.
Trying to mount some momentum in their own zone. Cleared out by Alexis Miller.
Deflected.
Good defense being played by Bowling Green. Ball State looking for an avenue to try to get the ball into scoring position.
Long shot near the goal. Ooh, deflected away.
Peyton Cook put it in there that time.
Had a good angle on it from the right side.
Ball State continues their possession with the ball. Taken away by Bowling Green. Sarah Allen now with the ball. Allen continues possession. Back to the back line. Who's going to send it all the way back to Kathleen Doobie in goal? Audrey Shea. As the Cardinals defense being a little more aggressive right now.
Seem to play with more of a sense of urgency.
Shea dishes it off to Barnes. Pass deflected away. Barnes with the ball again. Audrey Shea. Looking for Dolphus. Ball State interception. Chelsea Washington with the ball
Nice
now.
move by Washington there.
Looking for Sarah Allen, but a streaking Cardinal defender comes in. Nikita Jacob knocks the ball away. Has a little bit of room this time. Back to Maureen Kennedy. Miller with the ball now. Gonna give it back to Doobie.
Short pass by Doovie out.
Audrey Shea. Shea's going to send the ball out of play. Throw in coming here for the Cardinals. Shelby Keene to throw it in for Ball State.
She will throw it in near the right side of the box. Chip towards the net, and Doovie blocks it. Still at the net. Deflected again by Doovie.
Good sequence of events there for Kathleen Doobie as she blocks one, then has to switch body direction off the ground to get a piece of the next one. Ball State will continue the offense here with a corner kick. Crossed in, and it is going to... They're going to call a foul on the Cardinals.
PG with a nice job there, keeping a defensive-oriented approach intact.
Ball State wasn't able to find the back of the net, but foul was called, so no goal. Here is Doobie's going to send it back out for the Falcons.
Here comes a kick by Doovie out near midfield and knocked around. Falcons with possession.
Ruber. The ball's going to be sent out by Stuteville. Cardinals going to keep it in alongside the far sideline. Out of play. It'll stay with the Cardinals as they continue their offensive possession here. We are going to get some subs coming into the game. Coming in for the Cardinals will be number 31, Tatiana Mason. Coming in for the Falcons will be number 4, Kennedy White.
Subs for Ball State. Number 31, Tatiana Mason.
Number 8, Katie Cox.
Tatiana Hawkins Dabney. Subs for Bowling Green. Penny White coming in for Sarah Allen. Number 2, Rosamine Dieselhoff.
And Josmine Dieselhoff comes into the game as well for the Falcons. Nikki Cox looks to make a move, finds the streaking Kennedy White. A lot of height, a lot of speed on the edge. She presents there for the Falcons.
A little bit of a shank kick there by the goalie for the Falcons, Suitville. Ball State still with possession, however.
Ball will carry out of bounds. Bowling Green. He'll throw it in. Ruber finds Jacob, who goes right back to Ruber. Looking for Shea. Ball will carry out. And it's going to be a corner kick coming here for the Cardinals.
Corner kick, Ball State.
Sam Campbell going to take the kick for the Cardinals.
Great weather day we're having, too. This is about as perfect it'll get. 70 degrees, sunny.
Campbell looks to cross it in, finds the head of Peyton Cook. Cardinals, though, not able to convert. In Bowling Green, Kathleen Doobie's going to send the ball out. Just about halfway through this first half here at Cochran Stadium. Ball played out to midfield, played across by Mackenzie Ruber. Foul's going to be called there on Nikki Cox. Ball State with possession. Goalie's going to come all the way out to around midfield for this one. Stoutville out around midfield. Will take the kick. She's going to put it deep into the zone. Mackenzie Ruber finds it, puts a head on the ball. Chelsea Washington clears it out to around midfield.
The window was like this. Oh my
I
God.
was, yeah. You snuck it in here.
I will not apologize for my incorrect accuracy.
There's going to be a goal kick coming here for the Falcons, Kathleen Doobie.
Another thing about the Ball State goalie, Stoutville, she is a graduate transfer, actually, from St. Louis University. It's a D1 school that is in the Atlantic 10, I believe.
So at halftime, we're going to have
Doobie sends it out. Dieselhoff finds it down near us in the booth. Washington with room in midfield. Looks for Katie Cox. Ball's going to bounce back out to midfield after a good defensive play by Ball State. Ball State has it on the back line now. Looking for Corcoran, who gives it back to the back line. Simmons. The ball's going to bounce out to Keene. Looking forward as the Cardinals try to mount some offense on the front lines. Good defense there by Bowling Green.
Nice job to knock it all the way back past midfield. Make Ball State reset.
And they will do just that as the back line tries to pass it around, intercepted by number 9, Nikki Cox. Cox looking for room, dishes it off to White. White, who defended away by Simmons. And in a minute here, we will get some subs in for the Cardinals. But right now, Mackenzie Ruber throw-in coming for the Falcons. Finds Katie Cox. Ruber. Deflected away. Ball State trying to make a move. Cut off there by Nikki Cox and Chelsea Washington. Cox with the ball this time. Looks to send one in, deflected away. Dieselhoff on the outside. Near side. Tries to cross it in, but it's going to carry it along. And it's going to be a goal kick coming for the Cardinals. Substitutions coming.
Substitutions for Ball State.
Number 9, Claudia Como, will be coming into the game. And number 2, Philibin. Lizzie Philibin checks into the game for the Cardinals. Both sophomores into the game.
I'm looking at Ball State's roster. They really don't have very many players from Indiana. They tend to go outside their state into the neighboring states of Ohio and Michigan and Illinois.
Bowling Green, ball bounces around in the zone. Foul's going to be called on Bowling Green. Goalie will come out from the goalie yet again. Stuteville way out of the zone here, very aggressive. She'll send it forward. Ball State gets a shot on the net, but it's going to carry wide to the right.
That shot just went over wide right corner. Had a good look at it.
Duvey will send it back out for Bowling Green. 18 to play here in the half. Duvey sends it out. Battle for the ball around midfield. Chelsea Washington finds Katie Cox. Katie looking for her older sister, Nikki. Ball State going to take it off the foot of Nikki Cox and look to make something happen of their own. Washington now with the ball in the middle of the field. Lots of room. That's when Chelsea Washington can get dangerous. Nikki Cox coming in from the corner. And Ball State will dish it back to their goalkeeper, who will send it out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in coming here for Bowling Green. Dieselhoff. Looking for Nikki Cox. Cox looks to make a move to the center. Finds her younger sister, Katie. Deflected away. Battle for the ball just on the edge of the box. Washington looks across. Trying to find Kennedy White. Ball is going to be rounded up by Stuteville. And Ball State will get out of the Bowling Green pressure. Stuteville will send it away. Punt across midfield. Ball State has it down in their zone now.
Intercepted by the Falcons.
Audrey Shea. Miller.
BG pressing up now. They don't really have the numbers, but
Katie Cox continues to try to work the ball around. Ball State trying to get the edge.
knocked
Sent
out
out
of
by
bounds.
Dieselhoff.
Ball State will have it right near midfield on a throw-in.
Taking that throw in will be Shelby Keene. Back to Simmons. Forward to Keene.
Nice slide tackle by Cox.
Second or third time Cox has done that today. And Keene is going to get called for the foul. And we're going to get a stoppage. Sub coming in for Bowling Green here in a moment. That's going to be Mackenzie Ortman coming into the game here shortly. And after a brief discussion, we'll get things back underway here in a minute with 15:51 remaining.
It's been really a slugfest through the first half. Not too many shots on goal.
Maureen Kennedy, Audrey Shea. Far side Miller. Ball will carry out of play and possession will go to the Cardinals. Foul called there. Stuteville's going to come out to take the free kick yet again for the Cardinals. Stoutville sends it forward. Mackenzie Ruber puts a foot on the ball. Tatiana Mason now with possession for the Cardinals. Corcoran.
On crossfield.
Keene finds it. Finds herself with the ball across the field. Looks inside.
Nice deflection.
It's going to be a corner kick, though, coming for Ball State.
Nice job by Jacob to get over there and prevent the shot on goal.
Excellent defense by Nikita Jacob indeed. Kerrigan Johnson will come over for the corner kick for the Cardinals. Johnson puts it in. Ball's going to carry long. Ball State will try to keep the ball in their own zone. Bowling Green will try to press it out. Ball State has possession for the moment, but it's going to be turned over there. Nikki Cox finds the ball. Chelsea Washington now
got
with a lot
numbers.
of room. Numbers indeed as Washington streaking across the middle. Looks for Kennedy White. She's going to have an excellent chance coming. Kennedy White just to the left to the post. Beautiful shot there for Kennedy White, but it is just outside to the left.
That was probably the best scoring chance for either team there. White had it on the fly there and almost knocked that ball right in.
Now Mackenzie Ortman will check into the game for number 27, Alexis Miller. Ball State will be adding a new face to this game momentarily as well. Stoutville sends it out across midfield.
Headed up.
Battle for the ball still continues at midfield. And they're going to call a foul on Audrey Shea. Music and Allsip will check in momentarily for the Cardinals. But right now, Ball State free kick coming here. Kerrigan Johnson, number 10. She just took the corner kick a moment ago. Johnson sends it forward. It's going to carry out of play as the Falcons will take possession. Music and Allsip check in for the Cardinals.
About 12 and a half minutes left here first half.
We expected a good one coming into the game, and that's what it's been thus far, as we're still knotted up at 0 after almost 35 minutes of play.
And like I said before, the winner of this game will take sole possession of first place. With a Bowling Green win, they would be 7-0, and Ball State would drop to 5-2. So they would have a 2-game lead. Ball State will win, however. It would make both teams 6-1, but Ball State would hold the tiebreaker in the Mid-American Conference for first place.
29 came off for Ball State last time instead of 25.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Battle for the ball in the midfield. Kennedy White.
Yeah, I'm sure she probably did.
Foul called.
No problem.
Substitution coming in for Bowling Green here.
23 in for Cox. Or spots in for Cox.
Lindsay Spots will check into the game momentarily. Right now, free kick for the Falcons. Very good opportunity to score. Kennedy, low, finds Nikki Cox still with the ball inside.
Deflected around, and
Stoutville rounds it up after the ball bounces off a couple players. Bowling Green, good opportunity yet again, but just not able to score.
Stoutville with an excellent job. She was down on the ground, had to get up and go over and grab the ball. Both goalies doing very well in the first half.
Ball State. Stoutville with the ball. Sends it across. Ruber puts a foot on the ball, but Ball State keeps it. Puts a shot just over the goal. And that sub coming, Lindsay Spots will be checking into the game for Nikki Cox.
23 Lindsay Spots in for number 9, Nikki Cox.
Dewey will be sending the ball out here.
We are now under 10 minutes to play here, first half.
Dewey sends it out, but it's going to carry out of bounds after a misplay by Dieselhoff.
Philbin throws it in.
Washington tries to keep it in for Bowling Green. Ball's going to go out, though. Throw in coming for the Cardinals.
Could be
Keene.
thrown for Keene.
Spots now with the ball in space. Looking for Kennedy White. Kennedy White has room. The height and speed of Kennedy White as she's going to look to go inside with the ball. Passes it to Washington. Washington tries to get it back to her.
Okay, thank you.
Can't quite do so. Washington's going to put a shot on net. It's going to be outside, wide left. Chelsea Washington tried to pepper one in there.
Bowling Green definitely leads this game in shots on goal.
And now Lena Kovar will check in for Nikita Jacob. Number 24 in for 5. Stuteville going to send it back out for the Cardinals. Bowling Green tries to play it forward. Stuteville back out. Ball out of play. Throw in coming for the Falcons. Good opportunity for the Falcons to score here as the half winds down, gain some momentum going into the second half. Katie Cox. Deflected away. Tatiana Mason with the ball now for the Cardinals.
Ball stayed in their traditional road whites. Just Bowling Green's in their traditional home oranges.
Allsip looking forward to try to find the front line for the Cardinals. Mackenzie Ruber will throw it in, though, as it carried out of bounds that time. Ruber, Katie Cox. Ruber now looks in the middle. Chelsea Washington is there, looking for Lindsay Spots. Spots looks to make a move, puts a shot on net, and it's going to carry over the top. As she tries her hand. Stuteville now. Sets up for the goal kick. 7:20 to play. Sends it out to midfield. Tatiana Mason out front for the Cardinals. Trying to make something happen on the edge. Hard contact. Both players go down.
Wipeout hit almost.
Ball's going to go out of play. And they're going to signal goal kick coming. So Kathleen Duvey as the Falcons take over.
.6:30 to play here. First half.
Duvey will send it out. Mason gets ahead on it for the Cardinals. Kennedy out to Shea. Shea looking forward. Kennedy White gets a foot on the ball. Katie Cox now. Ball goes back to Kovar. Kovar out to Dieselhoff. Dieselhoff tries to play it forward to Washington. Pass intercepted there that time. Mike Corcoran. Ruber to Shea. Shea forward. Finds Katie Cox. Gonna look to Kennedy White. Has Chelsea Washington in the middle. White brings it to the middle. Passes it to Washington. Washington back out to Katie Cox. Ball's gonna go off a defender, and it's gonna be a corner kick for the Bowling Green State University Falcons. Dieselhoff will trot over to take the corner for Bowling Green. Bowling Green's second corner kick opportunity of the day. Ball State, Melissa Deisman will check in momentarily. Right now, Dysselhoff sets up. He's going to put it into the middle.
Deflected.
Stuteville gets a hand on it and punches that one out of play.
Corner kick, Bowling Green.
So Bowling Green will have another corner kick. This time, Maureen Kennedy will trot to the opposite side of the field and take the next corner kick for Bowling Green. Good opportunities right here for the Falcons. Under 5 to play. Kennedy's going to cross it in. Tries to find Kennedy White. Ball is going to carry out of play, and it's going to be a goal kick coming, Stuteville. So the Cardinals avoid the pressure momentarily.
Ball State substitutions.
And also checking into the game for the Falcons will be Chelsea Ralph.
19, Chelsea Ralph coming in for number 7, Sam Musick.
Stuteville sends it out. Finds Chelsea Washington, puts a head on the ball. Cardinals, as the battle for the ball still ensues. Dysselhoff will get it to the back line. Audrey Shea pressured hard by the Cardinals. Washington finds herself with the ball in the middle of the space. Kovar looks to go out to Dysselhoff. Dysselhoff with possession now. Looks to find Chelsea Washington. Goal kick coming for Stuteville.
Thank you, sir. Substitution number 10,
Ruby Linton will check into the game for Bowling Green. Coming in for Chelsea Washington. Stuteville sends it away. Ortman put a head on the ball. Kovar with as the battle ensues at midfield. Cardinals look to make something happen on the outside. Try to mount some offense here as the half winds down. But the play is going to be too long, out of bounds. Throw incoming for Bowling Green. Dysselhoff will throw it in. Kovar. Ball cleared out by the Falcons. Mason between the legs of Ruber. Audrey Shea now. Tries to find Ruby Linton, who just checked into this game. But the Cardinals now with some room on the near side. Keene. Keene's going to try to put it in the middle. Kennedy gets ahead on the ball, but Ball State continues their offensive pressure. Duvey
Nice save.
able to corral it in the box there and prevent the Cardinals from putting one on the board here late in the first half.
Doobie coming straight up into a lot of bodies around her, and she came up and just made a clean save.
Duvey will send it away. Mackenzie Ortman with the ball. Gonna look to go back to toward the back. The back line does now find it, allowing the offense to set something up. Dysselhoff with the ball. Down near us in the box.
Nice move.
Ruby Linton with the ball now in the center. Linton makes a move. Second move, shot for Ruby Linton. Stuteville able to get in front of it, though. 60 seconds to play here in the first half at Cochran Stadium.
1 minute remaining.
Stuteville out to center. Kennedy. Linton with the ball.
Beat you with some numbers.
Linton trying to work it up slowly. Kovar on the outside. Kovar tries to cross it in. Deflected away by the Cardinals. Kovar out to Ortman. Ortman tries to put it in. Stuteville going to put a body in front of it once again. Taking her time here as the half ticks down. Stuteville sends it away.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Ball deflected away by Kovar, and that's going to bring us to the culmination point of our first half as we will head into halftime. Our score tied at 0. We've got a good one here at Cochran Stadium today. A rematch of last year's tournament championship. Again, tied 0-0 going into the half. We'll be back for some second half action in just a little while. And we are back here at Cochran Stadium as we look to get the second half underway. Ball State will start with possession at the beginning of the second half. Both teams only managed to get one shot on goal here in the first half. Reese, if you're the Falcons, what do you got to do to pull ahead and win this game?
Honestly, I think their strategy in the first half, it'll eventually pay off. They attacked the net a lot. They got a lot more shots on goal than Ball State did. So, yeah, the advantage was 12-4 BGSU, and I think if you get 12 more shots on goal, I think at least one or two of them will end up going in.
That's one of the things we always talk about in the booth is if you keep putting shots on net, eventually one of them will find the back here. But Ball State with possession early on in the game as they set up for a free kick.
Yeah, Ball State went with a very much different approach. They went almost full defense in the first half, got very few shots on goal, just 4.
Bowling Green going to clear it out. Nikki Cox out to Sarah Allen. Making a move with the ball. Tries to find her way around. Going to give it back to the back line. That's Maureen Kennedy. Kennedy looking up to Sarah Allen once again. Ball State's going to take the pass away, but Bowling Green will take their pass away from them. Sarah Allen looking to make a move with the ball. She's going to press it out to midfield, and that's where she's going to find Katie Cox. Katie Cox is going to look immediately for Chelsea Washington. Chelsea Washington looking for Nikki Cox, but Stuteville will get the ball and boot it back out near midfield, but Bowling Green will continue their possession here. Ruber's going to find herself with the ball near side. Ruber tries to get it into the middle. Sarah Allen able to get a body on the ball, but that one's going to be blocked by Stuteville. A slow roller. She was able to get in front of that one.
Stuteville's been very active throughout the whole entire first half. She has now 13 saves, or there were 13 shots on goal, I should say, rather.
Foul going to be called on Ball State. Chelsea Washington is down. She'll regain her wits. Clock stopped. As she takes a moment.
I think that was 2 years ago. I was out there.
Trainer going to come out and check on Chelsea Washington, big part of this Falcon team. Washington will come off. Nikita Jacob will come on. We'll get back underway here with the Bowling Green free kick coming at midfield. Maureen Kennedy. Everybody's set. The ref blows the whistle, and we're back underway. Kennedy. Into offensive territory, Bowling Green. But Ball State will quickly press it back out. Campbell trying to do things herself. Good defense by Audrey Shea.
Nice job. She got that out clean.
Shea's going to look to pass it forward. Nikki Cox gets around a defender. Ball State going to kick the ball off of Nikki Cox, and they're going to get a throw-in. That was Lexi Smith there. Hawkins Dabney with the ball. Johnson looks to press it inside. Ball State has the ball in the box, and that shot is going to go over the left side of the net.
It's got to be at least the 4th shot on that side. BG had at least 3 in the first half where they shot directly over top of the goal.
Heavy pressure initially early on here from Ball State, but Doobie going to send the ball out now. Nikita Jacob able to get ahead on it. Ball State, though, takes it. Going to be rounded up by Audrey Shea. Looking for Nikki Cox. Trying to put it forward to Sarah Allen. Ball State going to get ahead on it, and it's going to carry out of bounds. So Mackenzie Ruber will throw it in here. As Chelsea Washington going to come back into the game for Nikita Jacob after gathering her wits. She's back into the ball game.
So throw it in from Ruber to start the half. Or start the throw in.
Katie Cox. Good little short pass to Sarah Allen. Allen trying to make something happen on the outside.
Physical play down the right corner. It's going to be a free kick. Or corner kick.
Goal kick
Oh,
coming.
goal kick. Looked like it went off Ball State almost.
Good defense there by Corcoran for the Cardinals. Stuteville lines up to send it back out.
I will allow it. Thank you. I couldn't believe you had the comment to tell me.
Battle for the ball. Bowling Green trying to push pressure into their offensive zone. Nikki Cox
Cox got tangled up there.
tangled up with number 6, Emily Simmons. Been very active on defense all day long for the Cardinals. Stuteville able to get to the ball.
Screwed up our lineup again.
She's going to put it out.
Able to make the corrections. I get the big bucks.
Ball State with possession around midfield. Trying to put it inside, and it's going to carry long. Corner kick coming for Ball State. Has a Bowling Green defender. Must have got a piece of it as it carried out of bounds. Johnson will take the corner kick. 4th on the day for the visiting Ball State Cardinals. Johnson puts it in, tries to get it to Bowling Green. Able to come up with the ball was goalkeeper Kathleen Doobie.
She throws it long.
Peyton Cook got an opportunity to put it in there, but Doobie gets in front of it, in front of the net. Now Ball State will try to press up yet again, but the ball will carry out. Bowling Green throws it in, but Ball State able to take possession once again.
Eastern's coach was like pointing where she wanted the serve to go. He was yelling it out, and the ref picked it up. And
Shea
need someone to
sends it back out.
need to
It'll carry out, so it will be a Cardinals throw-in.
It's pretty good. Never seen a ref
The Cardinals will keep pressing forward. Another throw-in coming here. Once again, another throw-in. Keene throwing it in on the far side. Finally gets it in clean. She'll get it back. She'll try to put it into the middle. Doovie going to get a stop on it there before it can go out of bounds. Shea to Nikki Cox. Sarah Allen. Going to be beaten a foot race by Lexi Smith. But Ruber's going to throw it in. Falcons looking to mount some offensive pressure. Have it in the box. Sarah Allen looking
Chips
across.
it in.
Chelsea Washington. Katie Cox, but Ball State is going to clear it out. Campbell, once again with the ball out front. Maureen Kennedy, though, good defense.
Looked like a handball and will be.
Right around midfield. So Bowling Green will take over.
Just kind of ran right into that one with her arms flailing.
Maureen Kennedy sets up for a free kick. Getting her team in position. Sends it in. Ball State able to put a head on it. Goalkeeper Stuteville comes out to get it.
Didn't you want to see? I thought you said you started them. No, I said that. I said none of these. We had no points before that. It's almost half.
She'll play it out. Ball State, good sequence of hits. Bowling Green able to put it back across midfield. As Johnson will try to make some room. Pass going to be taken away by Nikki Cox. Finds Chelsea Washington. Washington going to put it forward. Trying to play it to Mackenzie Ruber. Ruber will find the ball there. Ruber keeps it in bounds near side. Ortman. Ortman now looks to put it inside. Looks for Chelsea Washington. Chelsea Washington gets a head on it. Nice headed shot, but it's going to be blocked by Stuteville as she's able to put her body right in front of that one. Good opportunity there for the Falcons. Stuteville goes back out to midfield. Alexis Miller finds it.
Thanks, sir.
Katie Cox. Going to be taken down. Foul called. Free kick coming here. Maureen Kennedy. Offense gets into position. Maureen Kennedy lines it up. She's going for the shot, and it is going to go just over the top of the net.
Wow. Maybe not even a foot to spare over top.
Very close over the top of the net. That was definitely in her range, and she almost put it in that time. Substitution into the game for the visiting Ball State Cardinals. Kyrie saying. Foul going to be called on Chelsea Washington that time. Ball State with it at midfield now. Saying. Just checked into the game, fresh legs. She's going to put it in. Good deflection by Mackenzie Ruber. Ball State able to keep possession of it this time. Simmons. Ball State able to keep it in. Bowling Green playing good defense. Nikki Cox finds Chelsea Washington, tries to give it back across to Mackenzie Ruber. Ball State will intercept the pass. Sang will find it again. Pressing across midfield. Turnover there. Katie Cox gets in front of it. Simmons will give it right back to Stuteville in goal. Stuteville going to bring it near side to Lexi Smith. Smith makes a move on Mackenzie Ruber. Played all the way across. Looking for Campbell. High shot there that time.
Way
from
up on that one.
17, Julia Elbow. Indeed, way over the back of the net. Goal kick coming here for Kathleen Doobie. Doobie. Subs will check into the game momentarily for Bowling Green. Ortman. Nikki Cox. Cox to Miller. Miller. Audrey Shea. Shea finds Katie Cox. All the way to the front on the far side. Bowling Green looking to make a move. Dieselhoff. Katie Cox. Cox has some room now. Dishes it off to Sarah Allen.
What a save.
Stuteville gets a body in front of that one. And Ball State will play the ball out.
Stuteville has been fantastic in net tonight, or today rather, for the Cardinals.
Bowling Green getting lots of opportunities early on here in the second half. But we will reset now as Stuteville gets the ball. Stuteville will pick it up. Smith plays it forward, looking for Campbell. Campbell on a break. Played away by Maureen Kennedy. Will stay in bounds. Campbell. Ruber to Ortman as Bowling Green takes over. Ortman's going to look to clear it out. Finds Sarah Allen. Allen plays it back to Katie Cox. Cox will work with it on the outside. Tries to play it forward to Sarah Allen. Simmons going to deflect it away out of bounds. Substitutions coming in for both teams.
I got 3 subs for BG.
Looks like 3 subs.
Oh, wait, no, never mind. You just go.
Nikita Jacob will come in for Chelsea Washington. Sophia Barnes will come in for Mackenzie Ruber.
Number 9, Claudia Como.
And Claudia Como will come in for the Ball State Cardinals.
Bowling Green substitution, Sophia Barnes in for number 20, Mackenzie Ruber, and Nikita Jacob in for Chelsea Washington.
Bowling Green, Nikita Jacob. Going to dish it over to Alexis Miller. Miller looking to play it forward to Barnes. Barnes will not be able to run it down. It's going to carry out. Stuteville lining up to send it away. Plays it out to midfield, where Ortman is able to put a head on the ball. Out of play. Possession will stay with the Cardinals.
Everyone thinks it's easy, but when you go out there and do it,
Smith.
plus I'm looking at it, I guess, from down.
31.
Smith.
Sir, for 31 for 12.
Nikita Jacob. Tries to play it out, but Simmons finds the ball. Ball State has it on the far side. Keene. Tried to find Peyton Cook. Nikita Jacob, though, with the ball for Bowling Green. Jacob tried to come across to Ortman. Cut off.
Fired inside of the box.
Deflected away by Maureen Kennedy. And there's going to be a foul called in the box. So we're going to get a penalty kick coming here for the Ball State Cardinals.
Player down for the Cardinals as well.
So we're going to get a stoppage. So interesting spot here coming for Bowling Green after a foul in the box. Trainer coming out onto the field for the Cardinals. Check out their injured player.
No card was issued, correct?
Everyone at Cochran Stadium looks on anxiously.
Yeah, it's 29, Mike.
And it looks like she is up.
Already got that or not?
That is Nikki Potts, the leading or the leading point scorer for the Cardinals. She'll come off the field. And Sam Campbell will set up for the penalty kick here.
It's a huge moment in this game.
Very big turning point indeed for both teams. One team will have very large momentum coming off this penalty kick. Campbell sets up.
What was it for 29?
Could you repeat that?
also will come into the game, replacing the injured Nikki Potts. Campbell lines up.
You can try. PK down. See if they learned anything.
Learned last year.
Kennedy White coming in for number 12, Sarah Allen. Now we'll get to the penalty kick. Campbell lined up. She is
What a
going to
save!
save by Kathleen Doobie. Campbell puts an excellent shot to the right side, but Doobie able to get a hand in front of it and deflect it away for the Falcons.
It looked like she kind of almost tipped her shot. She looked to be going right the whole way.
She indeed did look right the whole time, and Kathleen Doobie able to make a save. Many big saves against the Cardinals Kathleen Doobie has had, especially after the shootout last year. Makes another one here to keep the score knotted at 0 with just under 28 minutes to play here in this ball game.
Yeah, with Campbell moving to the right the whole way, it looked like Dewey almost just picked up on that right away and started moving to her left almost instantly.
Able to put herself in a very good position, but not out of trouble yet. Ball State crosses it in from the corner. And it's going to be foul called on Ball State. So the Falcons avert the pressure.
That's a huge momentum shift for BG. What a save.
So Doobie will have a goal kick. Could be a very big turning point in the ball game. Shea, near side with the ball. Plays it up into the middle. Looking for Mackenzie Ortman. Ball State with the ball now. Keene moves it forward for the Cardinals. Bowling Green trying to play some defense on it there. Como tries to work it around. Bowling Green able to get it. Maureen Kennedy will clear it out down the field. Ball will carry out, so it will stay with the Cardinals. Substitution coming here for Ball State.
Thanks, sir. 7 for 25.
Deisman comes into the game. And Chelsea Washington will come back into the game for the Falcons.
Shut up, Grandpa.
Possession will go with Bowling Green. Throw in for the Falcons. Chelsea Washington looking to create some space as she does so well, but gives it back to Audrey Shea on the back line. Shea looking for Nikita Jacob. Jacob gives it out to Maureen Kennedy. Back line continues to pass it around as Alexis Miller now finds herself with the ball. Barnes calling for it near side downfield. That's who she'll look for. Barnes, beautiful pass to Sophia Barnes. Barnes puts it inside. Stuteville able to get the mitts on it once again as Barnes crossed it in that time. Stuteville going to pass it back out. Lexi Smith. Smith going to look forward. Shea, though, will make it to the ball. Katie Cox now. Tried to play it forward to older sister Nikki. And we are going to get a card coming here.
That was pretty obvious right there.
There was no hiding that one out.
Yeah, a little bit of a forearm to the upper body area.
Melissa Deisman, who'd just come into this game, picks up a yellow card.
Can we get confirmation on that? Sure. Chase, can we confirm? I think the foul.
So we will get a foul called on BG as well.
For sure.
Stuteville comes out to take the free kick here after a very interesting sequence of events. Stuteville plays it forward. Foul will be called. Bowling Green will take over.
Thank you.
Duvey will now come out.
Yellow card for Ball State was issued to number 16, Melissa Deisman. Substitutions for Ball State.
Not yet.
Duvey lines up, taking her time,
What was the number though for the sub?
and she'll push it forward. Kennedy White. Both Coxes in there. Katie Cox. Pushed to the ground by number 14, Sammy Corcoran. Free kick coming. And this is definitely well within Maureen Kennedy's range. Kennedy and Dieselhoff, both right there. They'll ask for their 10. Good opportunity coming here for Bowling Green.
Thank you.
And she will
What
put it
a
in, but
nice
Stuteville able
save.
to dive in front of it once again.
This match is getting a little more chippy as it continues to go on as we are nearing the halfway point of the second half.
Emotion and tension continues to rise here. Just about halfway through, as you mentioned, the second half of play. Both teams trying to gain an advantage as the score is still knotted at 0. Campbell trying to press the ball inside now for the Cardinals. Katie Cox gives it back to Nikita Jacob as the Falcons take over. Chelsea Washington. Kennedy White tries to get to the ball, but Ball State able to get in front of it. Simmons will play it over to Keene. Kennedy now. Good takeaway by the Cardinals, but Nikita Jacob able to get it back for the Falcons. Nikki Cox looking for Chelsea Washington. Ball is going to go out of play, but it will stay with Bowling Green.
Bowling Green substitution, Mackenzie Ruber for 23 as well. Osmine Deitzelhoff.
Ruber will come in for Dieselhoff.
For Ball State, Lizzie
So she will switch sides with Sophia Barnes. Sub in for Ball State as well.
For Ball State,
Sam Music
For number
checks in
23, Sam Campbell.
for the Cardinals. In for Campbell. Barnes. All the way back to Maureen Kennedy. Plays it forward. Simmons is there. She'll clear it out of play. Bowling Green will have possession now, deeper into their own territory. Washington trying to get the ball inside. Handball's going to be called there on Katie Cox. A loose arm caught the ball that time. Stuteville will come out for the free kick. Stuteville. Barnes puts a head on it. Nikki Cox. Nikita Jacob. Barnes again. Looking for Nikki Cox.
Thank you, sir.
Chelsea Washington. Good possession.
Foul
Foul.
on Ball State.
So free kick coming for the Falcons. Maureen Kennedy. Gonna dish it right away to Alexis Miller. Try to catch the Cardinals out of position. Miller plays it forward, looking for Ruber. Ruber able to, it will carry out. Goal kick coming here for Stuteville. Ruber tried to keep it in, just couldn't do it that time. Substitution coming in for Ball State.
For number 9, Claudia Como.
Claudia Como will check out as Nikki Potts comes back into the game. Good to see Potts back out onto the field after being down in the box minutes ago. Stuteville clears it out across midfield. Good defense by Sophia Barnes. Barnes trying to make something happen on the outside. Looks for Kennedy White, but Stuteville will come out to get that one. A very back and forth game right now. Stuteville will give it out to Keene. Looking for Corcoran in the center. Back to Keene. Trying to play it forward, looking for Potts. Kennedy. For the Falcons.
Bit of a
Battle for the ball.
cluster. No whistle called. They're going to let it play out.
Washington. Back to the back line. Audrey Shea has it now.
Under 19 minutes to play.
Lots of space. She'll dish it off to Mackenzie Ruber. Foul going to be called on number 28 that time, Grace Alsop. Kennedy will come to the ball for the free kick. Kennedy will press forward. Bowling Green. Ball in the box. Still inside. Foul going to be called that time. Nikki Cox tried to slide in and take one away yet again. Stuteville. Stuteville. Gonna press it back out now. Matt Fannin gonna start subbing in a moment, as Lindsay Spots will check into the game for Katie Cox. Coming soon. Keene plays it forward for the Cardinals. They have some room on the far side.
Nice block. Nikita Jacob.
Thanks, buddy. Nice hearty buck up.
Falcons try to play it forward. Kennedy White with room now. White will bring it back to the center. Looking for Nikki Cox. And it will go out of bounds too far out in front of Nikki Cox. Substitution will come in for the game. Claudia Como will come back in for the Cardinals. And Lindsay Spots will check in in the second half for the first time for the Falcons. Stuteville will play it out. Another substitution coming momentarily for both teams. Chelsea Washington trying to play it forward. Cardinals with possession now. Keene finds it outside. Keene looks upfield. Sophia Barnes going to play back to Maureen Kennedy, who tries to quickly get it away. Cardinals will take it.
Nice save.
Good job by Kathleen Duvey there to jump to the ball, taking possession away from Tatiana Mason as she was streaking to the net. Excellent play by Duvey.
Still no score. 16 minutes remaining.
Dewey's going to send it back out. Tatiana Mason playing it forward for the Cardinals. Audrey Shea. Good
Job by
defense
Shea
there.
to corral it. Nearly got away from her.
Nikita Jacob now pressing forward. Nikki Cox looking for Chelsea Washington, who finds herself on the outside this time. Washington tries to put it inside for Lindsay Spots, but Kyrie
Kicked out.
Sang, going to kick it out of bounds.
Corner kick coming for the Falcons. Throw in rather.
Throw in. Mackenzie Ruber has Spots. Spots will get it and immediately play it back to Ruber. Ruber looks to make a move. Good defense by Tatiana Mason. Ball is going to go out of bounds, and possession will go to the Cardinals. They try to get it in, but Alexis Miller puts a head on it. Nikki Cox looking outside for Lindsay Spots. Spots tries to make a move. Foul going to be called there. Maureen Kennedy will trot forward yet again to take another free kick. Deep in on offensive territory for the Falcons. Another good opportunity coming here. It's our score still not at 0. 14-25 and counting here to play in the ball game. Kennedy with Barnes. Kennedy will play it across. Ball State able to clear it out. Ball will carry out a play. Throw in coming here for Bowling Green. We will get some subs though.
A 1-and-1.
Substitution. Campbell will check back into the game. Very aggressive offensive player for the Cardinals. And Dieselhoff will check back in for Barnes. So Ruber and Dieselhoff will switch sides, keeping Dieselhoff on the far side. Shot there that time from Nikki Cox. Stuteville gets the mitts on it once again. Smith for the Cardinals. Forward to Mason. Mason into the middle. Ball will find the back line of Bowling Green. Campbell now has herself in some good positioning.
Falcons retreating back on defense.
Tries to put it back into the middle. Mason now. Chelsea Washington coming in.
Headed up.
Battle for the ball near the box. Mason.
Washington clears it out.
Good job by Washington to get a foot on that ball. Coming off of a kick from Tatiana Mason. Ball State will still have possession here. Keene tries to put it back in, but it's going to carry out. Duvey will take possession as a goal kick coming here for Bowling Green. Substitution going to come shortly for the Cardinals. Josh Reif in his first season trying to keep his players fresh. Duvey plays it out. Going to go all the way forward. Chelsea Washington tries to push it forward to Sarah Allen. Ball State will play it back out. Audrey Shea. Chelsea Washington now. Battle for the ball continues. Chelsea Washington with the ball now. Looks outside to Mackenzie Ruber.
Ruber up ahead.
Has Spots and Allen inside. Nikki Cox coming in late inside as well. Heads the ball, but it's going to go wide right. Subs coming in for Ball State. Corcoran will come back in, as will Peyton Cook. Has Philbin and Como check out. Stuteville lining up to put this one back into play. Will come back out. Audrey Shea. Chelsea Washington. Washington going to look to Maureen Kennedy. Kennedy makes a move. Gives it to Dieselhoff on the outside. Dieselhoff tries to go back to Kennedy and will eventually get it back there. Kennedy looking for Miller.
BGSU just kind of moving the ball around a little bit.
Trying to let something develop. That's one thing this Falcons team has done very well for the early part of the season here as we move towards conference play. Ball's going to be moved up. Nikki Cox now. Cox going to give it back to Shea. Shea, quick play to Washington as the pressure was closing in. Washington looks to move it forward. Sarah Allen now. Allen tries to make a move outside, but slow roller again scooped up by Stuteville. Allen had some room there in the box. Also had a teammate elected to take it herself. We're still tied at 0. Stuteville gets to Mason. Nikki to Jacob as the Falcons gain possession. Spots now with the ball. Looking to Chelsea Washington. Washington will push forward immediately to Nikki Cox. Cox inside, little bit of room. Tries to get in there and take one herself. Goes down on the shot. Nikki to Jacob. Chelsea Washington now with the ball for the Falcons. Gets it out to Ruber. Ruber, a lot of room for the moment. Tries to play it inside. Goalie comes over the head of Lindsey Spots. Ball State will try to keep it in, but possession will stay with Bowling Green.
Approaching 9 minutes to play.
Throw in coming. Far side. Dysel gets it to Spots. Spots going to play it right back to Dysel. Spots again with the ball. Tries to go over to Nikki Cox. Foul's going to be called on Bowling Green.
Some very supportive fans in the crowd today.
Animated. Very animated fan bases for both teams here today.
Nice little draw on a Sunday afternoon.
Attendance over 400 today. Stuteville. Washington gets ahead on the ball. Cardinals win the battle for the ball, but Audrey Shea gets a foot on it. Maureen Kennedy. Allen. Spots. Sarah Allen now with the ball. Ball played out, but right into the feet of Chelsea Washington. Washington puts a shot on net. Stuteville gets in front of it. Very nice game Stuteville has put together for herself in goal. Bowling Green sub coming momentarily. Shea plays it forward for the Falcons. And the Cardinals will just play it back to their goalie, Stuteville. She'll kick it back out. Miller able to get ahead on it. Keane though on the far side. Cardinals have possession for the moment. Good takeaway by Alexis Miller. Looking for Nikita Jacob. Ball will roll out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Falcons. Substitutions coming for both teams. Kerrigan Johnson will come in for the Cardinals, and Kennedy White will come in for the Falcons.
Falcons looking for maybe a little bit of a last offensive push, bringing in White.
7 minutes to play here. Ball game continues to wind down. Bowling Green with the ball. Into Lindsey Spots. Spots finds Cox. Cox going to be called for the foul. Free kick coming for the Cards. Cards. We'll play it forward into the box. Top of the box. Falcons put a head on it. Shot is going to be long and way high. And Duvey now will get possession as the Falcons will take over. Six to play. Sun out in full effect as you saw right there. Duvey shielding her eyes. She'll send it out into the middle. Nikki Cox will play it to Chelsea Washington. Washington plays it forward immediately, looking for Lindsey Spots. Spots cut off, tries to keep it in there. Ball State will clear it out, and it will carry out of bounds. Throw in coming here for Bowling Green. Dysselhoff to Nikki Cox. Cox will put a shot on. It's going to carry long and to the right. Stuteville with another chance here as she'll send it back into play. Under 5 minutes now. Plays it right over to Keene. Trying to send it forward to the front line. Dieselhoff gets ahead on it. Spots now with the ball. Spots to Cox. Cox looking for Kennedy White in the box. White with some room to work. Gives it back to Cox. Cox going to take a shot with the left foot. Just deflected away by Stuteville. She's had a great game today, and it will continue as she keeps the score at 0.
Near the top of the box in left center, it was just deflected away by Stuteville, who continues to be just magnificent today in goal.
After putting that shot on net, Nikki Cox will come out of the game. Katie Cox, the younger sister, will check in. Corner kick will come now for Bowling Green. Maureen Kennedy. Big opportunity coming as Kennedy crosses it in. Too long this time. And it will carry over and out of play here. So, goal kick now for the Cardinals. Stuteville puts it out, but Washington finds it. Ball will go out of play, but it will stay with the Cardinals. Johnson throwing it in forward to Mason.
And around 3 minutes to play.
The Cardinals have it around midfield. Corcoran looking out to Keene. Lexi Smith rather on that side now. Smith once again. Played in, looking for Mason. Deflected away by Shea. Ball still at the top of the box. Audrey Shea tries to take possession for the Falcons. She will do just that, but Cardinals will get it. Pass was intended for Lindsay Spots. Cardinals put it back in. Maureen Kennedy tries to clear it back out. Tatiana Mason will take it, and she'll turn upfield for the Cardinals. Audrey Shea, another nice defensive play there. Audrey Shea continues to play it around. Passing it forward to Katie Cox. Corcoran in the box now, looking for Campbell. Going to be cleared out by Miller. Bowling Green, heavy pressure here late. Doobie gets in there, tries to get it away. It's going to be headed out.
Oh,
Chelsea Washington gets a foot on it. We're going to get a stoppage of play here. Both teams all over the place right now. Both making that last push to try to make something happen here towards the end of the ball game. Trying to prevent the game from going into overtime. They want to end it now. As we await the Cardinals will play it back to Kathleen Doobie. Doobie brings it out of the box, draws Campbell over. She's going to play it up looking for Kennedy White, instead long to Lindsay Spots. Spots going to look for Washington. Washington going back across for Katie Cox, who has an opening. Katie Cox tries to put it inside. Too many defenders there, though, for the Cardinals that time. Alexis Miller going to keep the ball in for the Falcons. Kennedy White now finds Washington. Washington tries to make a move to the outside. Washington going to put it back into the middle. Ball State will keep pressure out for now. Campbell, Nikita Jacob. Lindsay Spots tries to find a foot to put on the ball. It's going to go out. Lexi Smith now. Will go out of play off of the Falcons. 60 seconds remaining here in the ball game. If we get a goal. Ball State will play it way out of reach. Doobie comes out to Maureen Kennedy, Dieselhoff. Cardinals trying to mount some offensive here. 40 seconds remaining. Tries to put it inside, looking for Washington. Ball will carry out a play. Throw in here coming for Bowling Green. Throw in now. Bowling Green gets it in. Crossed in onto the top of the net as they try to mount something here at the end. Stuteville now going to get a goal kick. And I believe that should about round out our first half. Or second half. Stuteville will play it out, and that will indeed bring us to the end of this second half, which means we will be headed to overtime here briefly from Cochran Stadium. But right now, before that overtime gets underway, we will take a break, and then we will be back here for some overtime action between the Ball State Cardinals and your Bowling Green State University Falcons.
After this 5-minute period of break, there will be 2 10-minute halves of sudden death overtime. Yeah, I do. It's right here. Working? Is it working?
Soccer and overtime. I've seen this all year.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I got you, don't worry. You know, I benched Aaron Rodgers because his 3 best wide receivers were supposed to be out of the game, and I started Josh Allen against Miami.
I benched
Let me just
Marvin
tell you,
Jones, who has
terrible
3
move.
tutties right now.
What?
I benched Marvin Jones, who's got 3 touchdowns right now. Been playing him all year. Benched him this week.
Beginning of the third quarter, and Aaron Rodgers already has 24 points in PPR. Josh Allen's holding me down strong in my lineup with 6.
Hate to see it.
Disappointing. How was the San Francisco-Washington game still 3-0?
It's downpour. It's like a hurricane.
Oh my God.
It's in Washington, right?
Yeah, it's.
Yeah. It's not ready.
They showed a video of somebody trying to chase Garoppolo. He slid like 10 yards chasing him. It was a slip and slide.
It's really good. Oh, and Aaron Rodgers ran for a touchdown. That's great. It's really good for my defense that San Francisco-Washington game is 3-0, but it's also not good because I picked San Francisco as my favorite today by 10.
Would you like for your send Steve Lee out there to walk with you? Steve Lee. Yeah. Behind me.
Oh, man.
So we'll reset it when there's 2 here and see if I don't screw up.
Sounds good.
I know this is just karma because I'm a horrible person. Tab key stopped working, which is how you change possession. So I have to click
Okay.
like earlier if I said I wanted to kill myself, like just double it.
And don't you the little lawn too?
Yeah, not if I'm dead. Joke's on you.
Well, good thing is your carcass would be good fertilizer.
You can, I was going to say, you can fertilize my lawn with it, man. It'll be
You
no
know,
problem.
Thundercats don't know nothing about fertilizer.
I don't know.
But there are apps that handle their lawn and whatnot.
Nice. And feeling also down for the day. Not looking good for my fantasy team. this week.
Hamstring.
I
I still can't. I played Marvin Jones the whole year. My flex dude hasn't done anything except one game. I benched him and he's got 3 touchdowns.
I made that mistake a couple years ago, and then I realized never draft a Lions player.
Oh yeah, no, I'm from Detroit, so I'm like the only non-Lions fan. I'm all Browns, but yeah.
All right, but no one's coming out.
T.Y. Hilton's doing okay. Waller needs to do better.
I'm not.
All right, and we are back here right at the beginning of this overtime period between the visiting Ball State Cardinals and the Bowling Green State University Falcons. These two teams matched up last year. Bowling Green won both of them, but right now we are tied at 0-0 after 90 minutes of play, and Ball State will start overtime with first possession. Bowling Green will quickly take it away. Audrey Shea finds it. Good deflection by Ball State. Corcoran. Ball State tries to play it up. Kennedy gets ahead on the ball. Foul going to be called on Ball State there, as Katie Cox went down that time. Free kick coming here for Bowling Green. Maureen Kennedy will take the free kick for the Falcons. She'll play it forward. Nikki Cox. Ball State will play it out. Campbell. Good defense there by Alexis Miller. Bowling Green plays it back into the zone. Nikki Cox off ahead, but the back line will give it right back to Stuteville. Sends it back across midfield. And the ball will carry out, but it will stay with the Cardinals. Cardinals look to press into the offensive zone here, as Lexi Smith comes over to throw it in for the Cardinals. Throw in there was cut off by Dieselhoff. Played over to Sarah Allen. Gives it right off to Ortman. Katie Cox. Mackenzie Ruber. Sarah Allen will come back to the ball. Maureen Kennedy now on the back line. Looking to play it forward to Dieselhoff, but it will carry out of play. Ball State throw in. Smith. Tried to go all the way forward, didn't work. Ball State will keep possession of the ball, though, as they press it inside. Ruber, quick play out, gets a foot in front of the ball. Ball State with some pressure in the box now.
Deflected back out.
Smith plays it forward. Cook. Defense there was Dieselhoff. Smith going to throw it in now. Smith to Cook. Cook tries to cross it. Corner kick coming for the Cardinals.
Ball State coming out pretty aggressive.
Big opportunity coming here for Ball State. Johnson to take the corner. Into the middle, and it's going to carry long. Now the Falcons avoid the pressure, and Doobie now finds herself with the ball. Lines up. And we'll play it out. Good defensive play there by Ball State. However, Bowling Green had it for the moment. But Johnson going to send it back forward for the Cardinals. Campbell. Pressure put on there by Maureen Kennedy. Foul going to be called there on Kerrigan Johnson as Katie Cox went to the ground. Almost halfway through this overtime period. Maureen Kennedy lines up to take the free kick. Gonna put it in. Looking for Katie Cox. Nikki Cox now has it inside. Ball is gonna go over the back of the net. Stuteville is gonna get a chance to play it back out for the Cardinals.
Nearing the halfway point here in first overtime period. Still not at 0.
Ball comes out. Miller. Battle at midfield. Sarah Allen finds herself with the ball for the moment. Ball will go out. Stay with Bowling Green. Ruber will throw it in. Allen right back to Ruber. Alexis Miller now with the ball back across to Maureen Kennedy. Ball coming near side. Kennedy will look for Deiselhoff. She'll play. She's going to play it inside. Deflected away by Simmons. Campbell. Maureen Kennedy over the top. Good defense there by Alexis Miller to get the ball away. Good takeaway by Johnson on the other side. Cardinals now try to move it into their offensive zone. They will do just that. Crossed in. Miller will get the ball back out.
Ball State really controlling most of the possession here in the overtime period.
Duvey comes out for the ball.
Nice save.
And she'll hop on the ball that time. 3:35 remaining in this first overtime period. Substitution coming here momentarily for Bowling Green.
Thank you.
Duvey will play it out. Kennedy. Sarah Allen now. Allen with room in the middle of the field. She's going to continue to keep the ball herself. Gives it off to Chelsea Washington. Washington going to put a shot on goal, but it's going to go wide to the left. And we're going to get a sub here for Bowling Green as Nikita Jacob will come in for number 25, Mackenzie Ortman. Stuteville. And the Cardinals will take possession. Clears it out. Ball State, Campbell and Kennedy. Kennedy will be Campbell to the ball. Kennedy will play it out for the Falcons. Throw in coming here for the Cards. Sarah Allen now. Both players get decent footing on the ball.
Went straight across the field.
Johnson tries to put it in. Duvey.
Saved.
Duvey gets her paws on that one as she's going to throw it back out quickly to Chelsea Washington. Washington with a lot of room as she presses across midfield. She's got Nikki Cox with her and Sarah Allen as well. Washington going to take it across, looking for Nikki Cox. Ball State hops in front of the pass. Katie Cox now, misplay there. Nikita Jacob now with the ball around midfield. Going to dish it back to Audrey Shea. Audrey Shea tries to play it forward. Cardinals get a piece of it. Sam Campbell now for the Cardinals. Finds herself with a lot of room on the edge. She's got teammates with her. Ball State, good opportunity coming here. Tries to make a move in the box. A lot of bodies now crowding the box. Smith tries to play it back in. Duvey will get hands back to that ball.
Be near a minute to play here in the first overtime period.
Clock continues to tick down. Duvey will play it out across midfield. Ball State. Washington now. Finds Nikki Cox. Cox with a little bit of room. Cox is going to go to the ground. No foul called.
Thank you.
Simmons now with the ball for the Cardinals. It's going to go out of play. Kennedy White will check in for Sarah Allen.
20 seconds.
Bowling Green will throw it in. Clock continues to tick away. 10 seconds remaining here in the half. Throw in coming again for Bowling Green. In no rush, and that is going to take us to the end of our first overtime, which means we will head to a second overtime period. Strong play coming from both sides. Ball State came out strong at the beginning of that overtime period. We'll see what happens in the second overtime period as we take another short break, and then we'll bring you back for the end of this heated game. All right, and we're back here. Second overtime, just about ready to get underway. Falcons will start with possession after Ball State started with possession in the first overtime. Very interesting game we've had thus far. Score still not at 0, but it has been a tight one all the way through. Both teams battling hard in this 2018 MAC tournament rematch. Washington going to play back immediately to Maureen Kennedy. Kennedy looking for Nikita Jacob. Ball State, though, with the ball intercepted. Kennedy with the ball now. Very high speed intensity right off the bat.
Ball State moving quick.
Ball will go out of play. But corner kick coming for Ball State as Kerrigan Johnson will trot over to take another one for Ball State. Their 7th corner kick of the afternoon.
Corner is 10. Taking it.
Everyone finds position as Johnson lines up. We'll send the ball in. Low this time, and she is going to find the back of the net, and the Ball State Cardinals inch one around Kathleen Duvey, and they're going to win this one by a final score of 1-0 with 9:04 in the second half. So they will end that one quickly into the second half, and I believe that was Nikki Potts, the leading point scorer for this Falcons team, just 56 seconds into the second overtime. So the Falcons will drop their first conference match. So they will drop to 7-1 in conference play. Ball State will move to 6-2. So the Falcons will still have the lead in the conference here. Both teams with a couple of games to go before the conference tournament. And we will, after that, we will send it away. The Falcons drop this one to the Ball State Cardinals by a final score of 1-0. Reminder, this was brought to you by WBGU-TV and the Bowling Green Radio Sports Organization.